it's like when, but I have it
I
on.
see.
It's like when someone will have a. Like, and they're like, I can't go on. I get it. I had pet dogs, I've had cats. It's a pet though. It's not like a person. You know, it's like.
Absolutely. Yeah.
2 minutes. Good morning and welcome to Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on YouTube's Jai-Alai Channel. I'm Stu Nyman. I'm here with Andrew Bleckman and a special guest today, Scott. Do I say your last name or not?
No, I want to stay anonymous.
There we go. So Scott the Anonymous. Scott,
I'm not that hard to find, though, actually.
Scott the Anonymous is here with us as well. We're pleased to welcome you to this Friday matinee performance. We have 9 games for you beginning at noon. In addition to fast and fun Jai-Alai action, each of today's games offers win, place, show, quinella, exacta, and trifecta wagering. And if these terms are new to you, if you're just joining us here at Magic City Jai-Alai, we will explain the wagering terms throughout the course of today's performance. We also have a pick 3 wager in Game 4, the high-paying High 5 jackpot that begins in Game 3 with its $2,000 guarantee, and the all-new Mighty Ocho jackpot that begins in Game 1. Online wagering is available at watchandwager.com, or if you happen to be in Connecticut, mywinners.com. That's associated with Connecticut off-track betting. But the important thing, with all this talk about wagering, placing bets is not necessary to enjoy all we have in store for you today. We do have a scratch in today's performance. We have one scratch in today's performance. A scratch occurs when someone who's scheduled to play Jai-Alai in the performance is out for a medical reason or an injury. Yesterday, number 30, Diaz, was injured during the performance. He's out for today's performance. This will be a complete rundown for the entire performance. Let's begin with Game 1. Game 1, Post 6. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Vuelo. Game 1, Post 6. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Vuelo. Game 2, Post 6. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Anderluck. Game 2, Post 6. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Anderluck. Game 3, Post 5 in the front court. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Lamonte. Game 3, Post 5. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Lamonte. In Game 4, Post 7, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Tennessee. Game 4, Post 7, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Tennessee. Game 5, Post 2, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with the front court Juice. Game 5, Post 2, scratch Diaz in the front court, replace Diaz with Juice. Game 6, Post 3, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Tennessee. Game 6, Post 3, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Tennessee. Finally, Game 7, Post 1, scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Aussier. Game 7, Post 1, scratch Diaz, and replace Diaz with Aussier. That is the scratch of Diaz as he affects today's performance in its entirety. So we recognize that many of you are sheltering in place, or maybe you're beginning to venture out, or you're safer at home, or just trying to get by as best you can as we all confront this new normal. And wherever you are, we hope you are safe and healthy, and we're very happy to bring you Jai-Alai as sports entertainment this afternoon. We're doing it now. We'll do it again at 4 p.m. We now welcome you to sit back and relax, because at 12 noon, it's time to play Jai-Alai. Andrew, Scott, how is everyone?
Doing great this morning, Stu. Scott, good to have you back with us in the booth. This is fun.
Well, it's good to be back. Yesterday, the train almost came off the tracks, but you guys were able to...
It teetered a little bit.
It teetered a little. It was an exciting day, a litany of things. I know we have the whole performance. Well, you've got me for 7 games. You know, I just stick around to make sure no one hits that high five.
Seventh inning stretch. You're out.
I know it's a 9-game performance.
You're a busy guy, I know, but...
7 ninths, is pretty good. But so I was making notes yesterday so that we would have things to talk about. Not that you guys ever really need extra things to talk about, because you're staying pretty busy and all these videos and so much. But so we had the return of what I would call a rusty Ron.
Rusty Ron?
Yes.
Rusty Ron. I think
we like alliteration.
Rhyming,
Scott.
Ron at the fronton, Rusty Ron. This is it.
But here's a guy who drove cross country and then sat in quarantine, and obviously has not had a cesta on for some period of time, and I think we all would have been a little remiss to think he's going to walk out there and be the same Ron we saw at the end of last season. However, give him a week or perhaps just a few days, and I think that he'll be right back on top of his game.
No question about it. And another thing that we were talking about yesterday was Ron is one of the only players in fact, he is the only player on the roster that has any type of significant professional experience before coming to Magic City. That was the program was getting progressively better. You gave me the green light to go find a couple guys who would fit. Ron's personality fit perfectly, but also Ron has trained as a traditional backcourter for 8 years. So he's used to using a backcourt cesta, a couple centimeters longer. He's using a frontcourt cesta now. It's the cesta that we had available to him. We provide cestas to our players. So in addition to being rusty, he's also adjusting to a different cesta than he's used to.
Well, and I think we'll see, as the days progress, rapid improvement. And everyone, needs to understand that based on the circumstances, it was to be expected. And I think the one who's most upset at the way he played is actually Ron.
No question about it. He sat with this deer in the headlight look sitting out there watching the other guys practice for about an hour and then apologized. And I said, what are you apologizing for? It's one day. You're going to play 1,000 games. Come on.
But that's how these guys are. I mean, every game matters, every point matters, as you guys have said. And, I follow along the chat most of the time, as well as watching. And, on the other end of the spectrum, oh, my God, Douglas didn't win a game yesterday. The world must be ending.
That's right. It happens.
as I was saying to Andrew earlier, it's like Mike Trout goes 0 for 4, and all of a sudden he's not an all-star anymore. Or
Tiger Woods misses a cut in a golf tournament. It's happened before. Things like this do happen. Yeah.
as they say, that's why we play the games.
That's right. Someone years ago, who I'd like to say someone in the 1930s, probably with a bad haircut, said, this highlight might be something that people can wager on because that guy's great and he didn't win anything today, but maybe he'll win tomorrow. Whoever came up with the idea of betting on this, interesting idea.
Well, I can associate with the bad haircut. I hear you guys with the facial hair and everything. I've got a mullet going. It's getting there. It's getting there.
The mustache is officially back, and it's looked worse than ever. So it will be a short stay.
Did you shave your face?
Yeah, it's back. Oh yeah.
Oh, so you're just going. You're a solo mustache.
It's noticeable today.
What? No, it is.
Oh yeah,
it is.
Yeah, Scott can see it. Oh yeah, this is real. A couple weeks ago it was fake. This is real.
Pretty good.
Scott, of course, is cleanly shaven as any good professional would be. I'm sitting here with my Hemingway look.
And
no, it's working, Stu.
Yeah.
It's working. Absolutely.
We got a couple minutes. We got one video before we begin the game. It's Spectacular 7 singles. It's going to explain the format of, not Spectacular 7 singles, just Spectacular 7. Our first 8 games of the performance will feature that scoring. What does it mean? This video will explain it all.
Spectacular 7 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 7 points wins the game.
And that was a little video explaining Spectacular 7 scoring. Again, that will be the format for our first 8 games of the day. And for those of you that joined the Magic City Fantasy League yesterday, we ended up getting upwards of 60 entries in there. So thank you to all that joined. We're awesome. We're very pleased with the amount of people that took the time to fill it out. Week 4 lineups are currently locked. I just clicked the lock button. So they are locked for week number 4. And we have decided that for this week, to keep everything consistent with the statistics for the remainder of the season, we have, all of our stats in those first 3 weeks. That's a full week of play. You are going to get your points for yesterday's play. Every point that your player got, if you selected him, great. If you took a team like Asier and Kubala that was $2 and they ended up winning 3 games and placing twice, congratulations. You took Jed and he had a big day. And if you took Douglas, who was 10 and he had 1 quad, you know what? There's still a lot of highlight to go, as we say. So two-thirds of play left for this week. So you will get your points for yesterday for the fantasy, and then we will play through the rest of this week. It is only a trial week, so we're just looking to have some fun and let us know your thoughts. Stu, we'll send it over to you to begin.
I know you're getting a bonus and paying off student loans and stuff based on this thing, but do you mind if we start the game?
We can start.
We're
ready
to
go.
Seriously?
If the fans are ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, with this serve, we'll begin game number 1, a Spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Game 1 begins the Mighty Ocho. Serving in the red shirt of post 1, we have Fred. Receiving the blue of post 2, Juice. You know I'm kidding, right, Andrew? You're not being playful.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
All right, just making sure.
Oh, absolutely.
I just want to make sure I'm not coming off as a bigger jerk as I might sound.
No.
Here we go. Time to play Jai-Alai. There's the serve. Performance begins. Fred with the catch on the forehand. He throws a carom, the 2-all shot. It's a nice throw by Juice. Juice got out of the way and went up to catch the ball. Just missed it. Point 1. Good point to start off the Friday performance. Not bad.
Absolutely.
Fred now serves in this next matchup to the white shirt of post 3, number 18, CRB. CRB caught it, then dropped it. Point one. Fred has 2 points. In this next matchup, he serves to the green shirt of post 4, Cool Fitness. Excellent serve by Fred. Great catch by Cool Fitness. Fred from the forehand. Another good pickup by Cool Fitness. Fred looking to place it just above the pad. He does so successfully. Nice placement by Fred. Point one. Fred has 3 points. He serves to Lamonte in the black of post 5. Point one. Yellow shirt of post 6, substituting for the scratched Diaz is Voello. Over serve. Ball must land between the 4 and 7 line. It was a good catch by Voello, but serve was over. Point goes to the 6. Voello now serves in this next matchup to Asier, the pink of post 7. Ball missed on the left side of Asier, point 6. Here now to complete the first round and receive in the purple shirt of post 8, number 37, Tennessee. That's an overserve. Point 8. So we close out the first round with an overserve. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now worth double. Juice returns. Hard throw by Juice. Gonna score point 2. Juice is serving to the white shirt of post 3, CRB. CRB comes over the top on the forehand. Juice is there. Good scoop by CRB. Hard throw on the return. Good effort by Juice. He got into place. Just missed the rebote, sending it into the pad. Point 3. Green shirt of post 4 receiving. Cool Fitness. Point 3. CRB has 4 points and serving to the black shirt of post 5, Lamonte receives. CRB with a tip ball at the 8 line, point 5. Lamonte is serving to the returning 1 post. In the red shirt, we have Fred. Fred winds up, throws it hard, it scores. Point 1. Possible game point for Fred in the red shirt of post 1. Trying to stop him, post 7, Asier. Asier makes the catch. There's a hard throw. Fred with a hop makes the catch. Ball tipped. Point in game. Post 1. Fred. 1 wins it. 3 places. That means they came in second. 6, 2, and 5 will play off for third place. 6 first serves 2-2. 2-2. I should come up with a different something or other there. There's a hard throw by Juice. Juice was in the way. Vuelo reached around him to get it. That's a nice rebote by Juice and a good throw by Vuelo. Vuelo with a great catch and a hard backhand throw. Juice on the run.
What a
rebote. What a catch by Vuelo. What a hard throw by Vuelo and a tip ball by Juice. What a playoff
Great
between Juice and Vuelo. See, I know they can do it. I know they can do it. Very good. 0.6. Post 5, Lamonte receives. Lamonte from the forehand. Scoop attempt, tipped, 0.5. This is show point. Lamonte serves Vuelo. Powerful backhand by Vuelo. Great catch by Lamonte. Lamonte goes outside. Vuelo's there. What a catch by Lamonte. Vuelo, tip ball inside. Point and show. Post 5, Lamonte. Unofficial order finish 1-3-5. Your prices will be up in a moment.
That's why we come down from corporate to see this inspired play. I never really understood the coming down from corporate because what if you're not necessarily coming down? What if you're just walking across?
Well, this is he walked across from. It doesn't
Yeah,
have. It doesn't
it's
have
more
quite
across,
the. You
yeah.
need to have an intimidating ring. I know when people hear your voice, they're
It's
not.
the height.
He's not that intimidating. Meanwhile, I saw you yesterday. A little intimidating, but
Only at special times.
His
Only at
office
special
is
times.
below our office, which that's the weirdest part. I mean, you think you go up.
That's
weird.
how he sneaks you in. No, the
how
truly powerful. They have these minuscule offices. Like, don't pay attention to any of the trappings of my office.
And they put it on a unsuspecting floor. Yeah, right. below.
Exactly. Meanwhile, the dead highline manager is buried out in the field. Yeah.
One point to clarify, we're getting a word from our producer, Lindsay. The fantasy, it works like other fantasy. So if you had a different lineup before you officially set it today, like if you made changes to your lineup throughout the day yesterday, it's the last lineup that you set is the one that is going to get the points, just like regular fantasy. You can change it up until the lineups are locked, and they'll be locked 1 minute before we start every performance. So just to clarify that point, we got the prices now for Stu.
Want me to do my imitation of song Waiting for the Prices? What are you talking to me about fantasy for? I'm waiting for my prices, for God's sakes. Canelo 1-3. That's first and second in any order. $21. Trifecta 135, $568 even. That's a nice exacta price, $57. $19.60 on 1 to win. That's a $2 wager on 1 to win, returning $19.60. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our second game, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played at 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. If there is a scratch, Diaz is out with that knee injury from yesterday. In Game 2, he is replaced by Anderluck in post number 6. Game 2, post 6. Scratch Diaz. Replace Diaz with Anderluck. Post time, 7 minutes away.
So, Andrew, if you had Fred in game 1, and then you pick up what's the? I didn't look to see. It's 5 points for what's the?
5 points for a win, 3 points per place, which is second place finish, 2 points for every show, which is third, and then in the 9th game of the day, the final game, we have a quad point, which is just 1 extra point if you get that. So that's a scoring.
These millennials are all over this fantasy thing. You know, I said
You understand it. I mean, I'm trying to be polite.
I understand it, but I said who's going to sign up for this ridiculous fantasy thing? 60 people. 60 people.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And again, to clarify, if you didn't join us, we mentioned previously that you will be getting your points for yesterday's play just to keep all the stats statistic, all the averages consistent throughout the year. We don't want any confusion with those numbers. We want it to be as realistic as possible. So for this trial week, we're giving you your points for yesterday. Everyone had the same advantage. So just to clarify that if you didn't join us previous to game 1. So,
Very good. We're looking forward to it.
Yes.
And corporate is pledging merchandise prizes.
Yes.
Every week there will be merchandise prizes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That is-
Outside of week 1, this trial week. So
No, we're even going to give a
we're
prize.
going to do
for
it?
Yeah, of
we're
course.
doing it.
Of
How about
course.
that? You heard it here first. We're giving it away. So,
Please, this is highlight. This is what we're all about.
How about it?
What's a hat or a shirt
Yes.
May not be a new hat or a shirt, but it's a hat or a shirt.
I need one of those Magic City Jai-Alai hats too, so we'll see how Kamish does. Hopefully we'll get up there.
Very good. Diaz injury, Stu. Do we have an update?
In fact, as we speak, if I'm not mistaken, he is at the orthopedics office, so we don't have an injury. We don't have a update on what the actual diagnosis is. His knee actually buckled before he hit the wall. So it's actually the knee buckling that had him going on the wall. The wall just obviously didn't help anything.
Yeah.
So he was ice rest elevation yesterday, doctor today, and we'll get an answer and see what happens.
Well, hopefully he'll be back in action sooner rather than later. It was a prudent course of action yesterday for him to sit out Mat 2, as we affectionately call it around here.
Matt, that's right, Matt 2. No, overall, we've been very fortunate. It's one thing. It really is safety first. I mean, it really is all about safety. In fact, we've pointed out, especially in year one, that there are times where JR and I are jumping up in the seat and throwing our hands over our head as we see someone getting ready to swing the ball. Don't do it! Don't do it! And Scott's there. It's fine. It'll be fine. And it has been, fortunately. Where injuries are concerned, we've been very fortunate.
Well, and this is highlight. I mean, the ball is traveling upwards to 150 miles an hour. A little different than golf, where you say to the golfer, well, your knee's tweaked a little. Go out and see if you can swing the club. And there's not a lot of danger with the golfer going out to swing the club. If one of these players really is off even a fraction with the ball coming that fast, you got to err on the side of caution.
It's real trouble. We came closest last week. In fact, I think we saved that video. I've never seen anything where you could slice cheese between the ball.
It was like a Matrix, like if you did it in slow motion.
No, it's like going to Publix and
seriously.
saying when they hold up, is this slice thin enough for you? When Carballo sent it over Juice's head, and the only thing that made it even remotely funny was the look on Juice's face. He had no idea what was about to happen. It's like you're about to get killed is what's about to happen.
Well, I'm hoping our producer maybe can go back into the archives, because I believe last year we used to run this video and there was a line in there that said, "This is a dangerous game, amigo."
Yeah. That was a fun one.
Now, there have been some close calls, and that's one thing that the players are primarily trained for. Remember, as we say repeatedly, because it's important for people to understand, we started from scratch with almost literally all but 2 of the players on this roster. No one's got more than 3 years experience with Jai-Alai, period. You never used to get into professional Jai-Alai with less than 3 to 5 years of amateur experience and training. You had this idea and you said, I'm going to train from scratch, and we've been doing it. And so this is year 3. So we're not even 3 years into it. We've begun the 3rd year of training. So some players are obviously far past it. This is about what you would see in a training program that you would be training for. I forget what the right word compared to. See, if I try to compare to baseball, I screw it up. But this is about what you'd see in the Jai-Alai schools. Is you'd see some guys that are further beyond others, and that's where we're at.
Right, and a lot of those danger plays too are effort plays. At the end of the day, guys going for balls, you see Diaz crashing into the wall. Fortunately, you never want to see a guy end up with injury, and you're talking about that Carballo play too. It was a rebote that, probably nobody else in the world of Jai-Alai would have gone for, but, Carballo, a baseball guy, so competitive, 15th round pick in the MLB draft. Now, how do you tell this guy, hey, turn it down? You always want guys to, give 110%, and, that's sort of the fine line that they're still learning that, obviously in year 3.
The beauty of this Jai-Alai is they don't know how to turn it down, and that's why we're playing Jai-Alai the way we're playing it. And I hope that's what the fans are seeing, is a determination and a passion that it just hasn't been around for many, many years, but it's reborn here.
Yeah, it's aggressive. I haven't seen this type of aggression, and that's one thing. So a form may be a little wonky, or maybe sometimes it doesn't look quite the way it should. It'll get there. That'll get there. But as far as diving head first into the side wall or no, that I haven't seen in many years. Fortunately, that brings us to post time, which means it's time to begin game 2. This is a spectacular 7 singles match played to 7 points. All points will double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt of post 1, we have Ben. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Jed. Ben serves. We begin game 2. Ball tipped by Ben on the forehand, point 2. 2 will now serve to the white shirt at post 3, CRB. Ball tipped. Point 3. Green shirt at post 4. Bueno receives. It's a powerful reverse by Bueno. Rebote forehand, right at the sidewall. Difficult play for CRB. Missed. Point 4. Bueno will serve to the black shirt at post 5. Here's number 29, Vuelo. Vuelo keeps the ball inside, lands just in front of Bueno to score. Point 5. Our next matchup brings Anderluck to the court. Anderluck is substituting for the Scratch Diaz in the yellow at post 6. Reversed by Anderluck. Catch by Vuelo. Vuelo threw a 2-all to the middle of the court, but Anderluck missed it. Point 5. Banco post 7 receives. Here's Tennessee. That ball is tipped by Tennessee off the serve. Point 5. Here now to complete the first round and receive. Purple shirt at post 8. El Barba. Picada by El Barba. Big bounce brought down by Vuelo. Point 5. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. First to return in the second round is Ben. Big backhand by Ben. Rebote for Vuelo. Nice rebote by Vuelo. Rebote to the outside. Ben stays with it, but tipped it. Point 5. Possible game point for the black shirt at post 5. Vuelo trying to stop him. Jedden. Jedden on the reverse. Vuelo's there. Reverse 2-all scores. Point in game. A perfect game to the black shirt at post 5. Vuelo. Three, 4, and 2 will play all 4 second and third place. 3 first serves, 2, 4. Carom by Bueno. Stopped by CRB, but not held on to. Point 4. Possible place point for post 4. Bueno trying to stop him. Jedden. Forehand rebote saved by Bueno. Jedden back to the inside. Bueno saves the rebote. Catch by Jedden. Carom by Jedden. The 2-wall play scores. Beautifully thrown by Jedden. Point 2. The 3's eliminated. 2 serves, 4. This is for second and third place. Arabote to the overhead screen. Point and place to post 4, 2 shows. Unofficial order finish 5, 4, 2. Your prices will be up in just a moment. And here are the prices for Game 2. The $2 quinella, that's first and second in any order. That's 4-5 or 5-4, $46. The trifecta, 5-4-2, $442.60. Exacta, the 5-4, $75.70. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is game number 3, a spectacular 7 doubles match. The first of our 3 doubles games in today's performance. There is a scratch. Game 3, post 5. Scratch Diaz replace Diaz with Lamonte. Game 3, post 5. Scratch Diaz replace Diaz with Lamonte. Post time for Game 3. 8 minutes away.
And how about that? Win number 12 for Vuelo on the season. 1 win behind a tie for second place now. Ikeda and Anderluck just 1 win ahead of him for second. Speaking of Vuelo here, we got a little video. All these players, a little select series we have, just give you a little insight about their life. They got a couple words to share. Here's Vuelo. He's talking about practice and his goals for the 2020 season.
I would say my biggest motivation, definitely not to be the worst. I definitely don't want to be the worst out there, so every time I get out there, I try to be better than that person I'm playing with or against. When I go out there, I don't really care what they're doing. I just want to be better than them. Yeah, that would be my major motivation right there. I'd hope to accomplish just to place higher than I did last year or the year before that. Top 5. In this new 2020 season, I plan on just executing my shots a lot better to score the point and finish it as quickly as possible, and just continue practicing as much as I can. Just practice, practice, practice.
And again, practice, we mentioned yesterday, paying dividends certainly for Vuelo. 12 wins, 9 places, 4 shows coming in the money, just under 40% this year. He's coming out of the gates hot in 2020, Stu. We mentioned just about 30 singles wins last year, so much improvement for Vuelo. Good to see that for him.
No question about it. And he's playing well. I mean, if you're watching carefully through TV, on the computer, wherever you happen to be watching, look at the concentration. I mean, absolutely look at the concentration. His rebote, which was always the weakest part of the game, his particular game, his come around, catching, and he does the exciting thing, the old jumping off the sidewall.
Right,
now, there is a risk of holding, because there is, you have to make that catch, keep the basket. You can't catch, land, and then throw. Basket has to be kept in constant motion. That's one of the rules in the highlight. But overall, can't take anything away from Vuelo. I mean, he's been playing terrific.
Yeah.
No,
and it's just
outstanding.
Go ahead,
outstanding.
Scott,
Sorry, Andrew, but I had to jump in
No,
here.
go ahead. Absolutely.
If we gave out the most improved player award after only 4 weeks of play, without a doubt, it's Vuelo who would garner that award.
Absolutely.
You guys are right. And the other thing we should talk about is the New York Post headline, Rand Douglas is human. I picked that up this morning.
Front page. Yeah, it was a big story.
It's amazing. So those of you that have Douglas in your fantasy team, or Douglas and Lamonte in your doubles team, I would not be lamenting right now.
No. I mean, we know, watching for 2 years, they can turn it around in a hurry. I mean, Douglas is playing in how many more singles days? I think we got 8 more games for the rest of the week. I mean, he can win all 8 of those singles games. They can win all those doubles games. So, I mean, really no reason to worry. It's like if you have, one of the top point getters, like a fantasy running back, like a Derrick Henry this year, and you need 20 points, you're like, you know what? we're still good. We may have a shot here.
Yeah, I mean, people. It's funny because I believe LeBron James may have had a bad game or two in his
certainly has.
career, or
Michael
Mike
Jordan.
Trout, or Mike Jordan.
Yeah.
They picked the sport.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And as I think Stu said this yesterday, or perhaps the day before. I mean, they all run together for me at my age. But nobody knows their stats better than Matt Douglas.
No.
Yeah, no.
And no one goes home angrier from this Fronton. I mean, he's an amazing kid for his age, and he's very even-keeled. But believe me, he was not a happy young man when he left the Fronton yesterday.
No, in fact, one of the things that happened last night, a little behind-the-scenes action here, is that I was asked if they could practice. Now, usually I'll stay when we finish the games. A couple guys want to throw it around, and invariably it's Tennessee, it's Kubala, it's usually the same guys. Yesterday, Matt, Anderluck, a few other faces were here. Carballo was here.
Right.
And they played doubles. We played doubles for almost 2 hours, and I went back to my coaching role as well, standing on the court, working some fine-tuning stuff. I don't think I've seen the ball thrown as hard as we've seen Douglas throwing the ball.
Yeah.
I don't. So it's like they had a certain amount of pent-up energy from the games, and I just a horse phrase, Scott. A horse phrase. I took the not blinders. What do you do to retard a horse? How do you retard a horse?
But I know all about horse racing, Stu, and yet I've never heard
loosening the reins.
Loosening the reins. Okay, loosen the reins.
Loosening the reins in no blind. Just let them go. It's not like, look, you're going to hurt yourself. You're not. None of that. I just let them go. And you saw rebotes. You saw scoops. You saw. It was great. They were winded when they got out of here, went home. I imagine they slept well, and we'll see what happens when they come back.
Yeah, and it's really infectious. I mean, we talk about it all the time, but, when guys go out there and they're not really thinking that much and just making plays, it rubs off on the other guys, and we've seen some of the best play, just guys messing around in practice, having a good time. So, I mean, it's really just, you don't want to have too much going on in your head when you get out there, and maybe that's a factor of what happened yesterday, but, clearly already guys are coming out, catching the ball better, Vuelo in that game, so good momentum here, certainly for the first two games.
No, and we're headed into our first doubles game. It's all actually the kickoff of the high five as well, so we hope people are enjoying that wager with its $2,000 guarantee, and, we just keep giving it away.
Yes, how can they not enjoy it? I was going to say.
Stop by Scott's office on the way out and pick up your high five winnings.
We have $2,000 checks. They're already made up and waiting for virtually everybody there.
Have you gotten your 2,000? Go ahead.
Come on.
Get your high five.
It's like
check.
the Oprah book. Everybody gets a $2,000
high
check.
five win.
But we got a minute to go. We kick off our first doubles and the high five. Lamonte and Douglas, I believe. I don't have the stats
we
down
got
as well.
I was going to run through
but I think they have they're 5 up on the closest competitors. I think 10-5. But we saw Kubala and Asier win 2 games yesterday. So if there's a hot 3 games
Actually,
yesterday.
3,
So if there's a hot doubles team as we are ready to go, that's Asier and Kubala, and let's see what Douglas and Lamonte have to say about it today.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that, ready to begin game number 3, a spectacular 7 doubles match. Play to 7 points. All points will double after the first round of play. Game 3 begins today's high five jackpot. Serving in the red shirts of post swung, we have the team of Bueno and Tennessee in this first matchup. They go up against Juice and Carballo in the blue of post 2. There's the serve. We begin game 3. Good catch by Tennessee. Powerful backhand. Carballo on the run. He jumped. He dropped. Point 1. White shirts at post 3. Asier and Kubala. Bueno calls for their bote, plays it, keeps it off the overhead screen. Asier is there. Beautiful catch by Asier. There's a hard throw by Tennessee. Kubala from the 10 line. Bueno with a tip ball, point 3. Asier now serves to the green shirts of post 4. We have Fred and Ikeda. Ikeda on the backhand. Hard to the inside. Tough play. Got to try to get that coming the other way. Point 4. Black shirts oppose 5. The team of Lamonte and Anderluck. Lamonte is substituting for the scratched Diaz. Powerful forehand by Anderluck, and that's a great catch. Good catch by Anderluck on the backhand. He passed it on the backhand. Ikeda's there. Makes the rebote. Catch by Anderluck. Sends it back. Caught by Ikeda. Ball tipped at the 11 line. Point 4. Our next matchup has Fred serving to the yellow shirts of post 6. Cool Fitness and Jedden. Under serve. Ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line. Trying to slip it in for a good serve. It was under. Point 6. Post 7 receives. Pink shirts, El Barba and Ben. Powerful backhand by Ben. Good catch by Cool Fitness. Ben sets. Missed. Point 6. Here now to complete the first round and receive wearing the purple shirts of post 8. CRB and Vuelo receive. CRB takes the serve. Throws the cortada. Jedden with the catch. There's the serve. Vuelo hooked the rebote right into the ground. Point 6. Receiving post 2, Juice and Caballo. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are worth double. Ball dropped in the front court. Point 2. Sonny now, sir. Rather, you know him as Juice. I know him as Sonny. Red shirts at post 1. Bueno in Tennessee. That's an illegal carom serve. That hit the sidewall first. Can't do that. Point 1. White shirts at post 3 receive. Asier and Kubala. Is a strong backhand throw by Tennessee. Rebote by Asier. Here's Tennessee. Carom does not open up, but it does score. By open up, we mean that it usually cuts from the sidewall to the front wall, the floor, and out. The closer to the outside it goes, the better the carom. Point 1. Possible game point, red shirts post 1. Bueno, Tennessee, trying to stop them. Lamonte, Anderluck. Powerful backhand by Anderluck. Rebote hooked to the pad by Bueno. Point 5. Play continues. And our next matchup, Lamonte serves to the returning green shirts at post 4, Fred and Ikeda. Anderluck with a beautiful catch on the backhand. Here's Ikeda. Ikeda looked like he was throwing a sidearm carom, but put it back inside to score. Very nice. Point 4. Pink shirts at post 7 receive El Barba and Ben. El Barba picks a difficult serve, rifles this to the inside. Ikeda plays it safe, just makes the save. El Barba from the 7 line on the forehand, throwing a carom into the pad. Wow, that's unfortunate. Point 4. Possible game point here for the green shirts of post 4. Fred and Ikeda trying to stop them, post 8. Over serve. Point 8. Play continues. CRB is serving to the yellow shirts of post 6. Cool Fitness and Jedden. Cool Fitness on the backhand. CRB with a good catch. Throws a carom. And it scores. Point 8. Blue of post 2 returns. Juice and Carballo receive. Carballo on the backhand. Here's Wello. Juice reaching out, making the catch, rifling it back inside, and scoring. That's a great throw by Juice, point 2. Juice is serving to the white shirts of post 3 who return. Sierra and Kubala. Kubala on the backhand. Low and inside. Nice and hard. Good catch by Carballo. Kubala comes over the top. Good catch by Juice. Nice backhand. Gets it over Kubala's head. Asier makes a nice rebote
save.
from the forehand. Here's Juice. Sends it back again. Kubala calls for the rebote. Plays it inside. Carballo runs up. Throws the carom.
Oh, wow.
Off the court.
Ooh.
Point 3. Three on the board with 3 points. Returning with possible game point, the 1 post, Bueno and Tennessee. Bueno picks the serve. Rifles the reverse. Rebote coming out. Kubala throws a 2-all, and Bueno catches it, sends it back. This is going to be for Kubala. Kubala hooked it into the pad. Point and game to the red shirts of post 1, Bueno and Tennessee. 1 wins it. 4 places, meaning they came in second. 8 serves to 2. This is a playoff for 3rd place. It's a good serve by CRB. Here's Carballo. Carballo with a nice hard reverse for Bote coming out straight up the middle. 2-all. Wild. Way out. Gone. Point and show to post 2, Juice and Carballo. Unofficial order finish 1-4-2. It's official. Coming in first, post 1, Bueno and Tennessee. Taking second, post 4, Fred and Ikeda. Coming in third, post 2, Juice and Carballo. 1-4-2, the official order finish for game number 3. My. Exciting doubles as always.
Always. Even when play is not quite up to par, they're a little bit better than yesterday, but they haven't quite hit their stride yet, but they're getting there. They're
Yes.
getting there.
No, there's no question about it. I mean, and one of the things that, this is what you're going to see. This is what you're going to see. This is what you see in traditional Jai-Alai. This is what you're seeing here. Maybe a little bit more amplified because of our skill level, but realistically, someone was saying that earlier. Well, I'll read the prices before I ramble. There are your prices from game number 4, unless someone prevents me from rambling, which would be nice. The Canela, 1-4. That's 1-4 or 4-1, $45. $2 trifecta. That's first, second, and third place finishing, $185 even.
And a nice win price as well up there considering they're out of the one post. What'd they pay?
$13 on the one to win.
That's pretty good.
Or 13 not on the one. I'm not placing a bet. 13 for a $2 bet. That's nice.
And especially for a team of the caliber of Bueno in Tennessee, one of the leaders in the standings, one of the favorites, and out of the one post, a lot of good stuff there. And we do have another video before we get into.
Perfect. That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping for
before you get into
rambling video. There we go.
This one is a little bit about the sport of Jai-Alai. We're going to explain it for you. Just a little bit about how to win, how to lose. There's not too many rules, but we'll show them for you up here. Take a look.
The main rule of Jai-Alai is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then, in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in Jai-Alai. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a Jai-Alai player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
And there was a little bit about how to win and how to lose in Jai-Alai, and obviously understand a lot of new viewers there for you, so we hope that cleared things up a bit for you. So now we got a couple minutes out of the way, Stu. Back to the ramble. Here we go.
No ramble.
No ramble. But I have to broach this up. I mean, yesterday, I harken back a little bit.
Yeah.
So yesterday was a little bit crazy, and we had the issues with Watch and Wager, which have been 100% taken care of, and they worked diligently to correct that. And then we had YouTube deciding for some unknown reason that we weren't fit for broadcast, and they decided to yank us down for a few minutes. But we're back on that, and our producer is feverishly working to get the exact cause of why YouTube did that to us. While everyone was going crazy in that Mat 2, I was pondering one of life's biggest mysteries, which is why the Pop-Tart cannot be properly frosted. I don't know, probably not as important as Jai-Alai, but that bothers me. We can send a man to the moon yet. Have you ever, I happen to like frosted Pop-Tarts. They come,
who doesn't?
70% frost. I mean, can't they fully frost a Pop-Tart?
It doesn't seem like they can. And what I just realized is people should be almost thankful that we have Andrew. Because can you imagine if you and I sat here?
The things that we would be talking about.
Oh my God, we would never get to high.
Does Andrew? I bet you.
Brilliant. I mean, that's enlightened. You're absolutely right. I never thought that about a Pop-Tart.
I mean, I feel enlightened. I don't know what happened.
And Andrew's just like fresh out of college, going, "What did I get myself in?"
Our producer was literally storming around the studio, cursing under her breath, of course, at YouTube. And I was like, why can't this damn Pop-Tart be properly frosted?
I mean, seriously, that is a concern. I mean, you notice the corners never get frosted.
Never.
So there's about, I would say, 5 to 6 bites of a Pop-Tart, and there's not that many that are not frosted. So it really is just crumbles.
I'm guessing we probably don't want to see the Pop-Tart machine that generates those things.
But you would assume
I'm just picturing like...
Right, but in the Pop-Tart factory nowadays, they should be able to properly frost the whole Pop-Tart. I mean, if there's 2020, and we're doing a lot of great things technologically.
I still have Willy Wonka factory in my head right now when I'm thinking of the Pop-Tart machine.
Yeah, it can't
just
be
a glob in the middle.
I mean, it's not that expensive, and the worst case scenario, you can just frost it.
You know that there is a different Willy Wonka than Johnny Depp?
Oh, well,
Willy
I don't,
Wonka? Is
I
it
don't
Johnny
know
Depp?
the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka.
You're talking
I know the
Johnny-
Gene Wilder Willy Wonka.
I thought Jack Sparrow was Willy Wonka too. You're telling me it's a different guy?
But no, and I'm joking aside. Do you know the original Willy Wonka?
I don't. I actually
Oh
don't
my
know.
God!
Of
That's
course he
it.
doesn't. He's
That's
a
it? It's a-
millennial.
That's it. What
Who
were
is
you
it?
doing when we were all shut in, locked in? Obviously not
I
watching
watched.
Willy Wonka
I mean, I
and the Chocolate
watched. I don't
Factory.
even. When did the new one come out? The new one probably came out.
Oh, that's right. See, I forget
Yeah,
about
there's
this.
a
You-
new-
No, you were probably like
probably
5.
Yeah,
when
I was
the
going to
new
say
one
early
came out.
thousands.
It's a little bit. That film is a little disturbing, actually.
Oh, Gene the
original,
The
the original, yes.
The original is a brilliant movie. I mean, it really is.
It's different than the first. And everyone, the main character, they love Grandpa Joe. You know, the guy sits in the bed and then you get the ticket and it's like Grandpa Joe. I mean, you're just sitting in bed all day and you get to go to the chocolate factory. It's
Believe it
like-
or not, I actually, you want to talk about random? I actually bid on Gene Wilder's hat in a prop auction from
about
that
that?
movie.
That's
I won-
fantastic.
Did you win?
Did you get it?
Not
No.
even
I was gonna
close.
say-
I dropped out far more than I should have been. I dropped out around 1,000. The thing went for $25,000.
Oh my goodness! You
I
gotta be
mean,
kidding.
sorry, that's way rich for my.
Well, when the royalties of Andrew's fantasy contest skyrocket, I'm sure he will take his monetary
And you would buy
reward
it for me.
and buy you
And
the
I'm gonna
Buy
hat.
it for you.
What a
Yeah,
nice guy that
that'll
is
be
right there.
that'd be great for all
That's
that
a
you've
nice
taught
guy.
me over these few years. I think that would be still not enough.
I do have a
but,
mock-up
yeah.
of it. I do. I have a mock-up of it sitting in my bedroom right now.
Somehow, and it probably was me that led us down this path of Gene Wilder's hat. We're what, a minute away from a highlight game, right?
Yes.
No, it's actually the visualization. I was like going back to figure out how I got here. The visualization of making Pop-Tarts. I thought food factory. What's a food factory? Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, making that noise like that. That's how we got there. And then I looked at him and I said, "You don't know the Gene Wilder character."
I'm
do
getting
you?"
I'm
And he
getting
said,
yelled
"Who's Gene
at
Wilder?"
for not knowing Gene Wilder at the moment. So
I can't
how about
believe you haven't
how do
seen
you
that.
not know
Oh
Gene,
my God, we
Gene
should,
Wilder?
like, run that.
Yeah, we'll run that between. The,
Fortunately,
yeah.
we're at 0 minutes, which means it's time to begin Game 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin our fourth game, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. All points double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt of post 1, we have Fred. Receiving the blue of post 2, Juice. There's the serve. We begin Game 4. Fred goes for a long 2-all. Ball missed. Point 2. White shirt at post 3 receives. Number 31, Assier. Strong forehand throw by Assier. Rebote to the outside. Juice hung in there
wow.
and threw a 2-all rebote.
Hey,
That
you can
scored.
smile.
Wow. Point 2.
Yeah, you
Good
can
effort by Juice.
Yeah, definitely smile after throwing a shot like that. Unbelievable shot from Juice.
Cool Fitness receives in the green of post 4. Good catch by Juice. Back to the inside. Forehand rebote is up. Here's Juice from the 8 line. Over the top. Hard to the inside. Cool Fitness is there. Reverse 2-all. What a scoop by Juice. Rebote by Cool Fitness. He hung in there beautifully. Point 4. Black shirt at post 5. Lamonte received. Point 5. Here's post 6, Vuelo in the yellow shirt. Backhand 2-all by Vuelo. Rebote, hooked, point 6. On the court, ready to receive in the pink shirt of post 7. Tennessee substitutes for the scratched Diaz. Vuelo sets for the rebote. Mid-court placement. Here's Tennessee. Carom by Tennessee. That's the right shot. Just missed it by about a foot. Point 6. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post 8, number 18, CRB. Low, hard reverse, stopped, but not held on to by Vuelo. Point 8. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points. First to return in the second round, Fred. CRB catches it in the air, returns it for the bounce to the inside. Up it goes. Fred brings it down. Fred threw that ball into the overhead screen. Point 8. Our next matchup has CRB serving to the white shirt of post 3, Assier. Good catch by Assier. Hard throw to the inside. CRB's there. Assier now from the forehand with a good catch. Assier to the outside at the 8 line. Cortada stopped by CRB in a great catch. Assier makes the rebote. CRB had it, dropped it. Well played by Assier and CRB, point 3. Returning in the blue of post 2, Juice. Low and hard by Juice. Strong backhand by Assier. Good catch by Juice. Juice turned it over his shoulder. Assier held onto it nicely. Put it over Juice's head. Juice for the rebote. It's in.
Again.
Stopped on the forehand of Assier. Carom by Assier. Stopped by Juice. Juice flips it up. Assier on the run. Almost got there. Again, a very well played point here for Assier. Point goes to 2. Juice has 4 points. Here's the 4 post. The green shirt. Cool Fitness. Rebote to the overhead screen. Up, up, and away. Point 4. Cool Fitness has 3 points. Here's post 5, Lamonte in the black shirt. Lamonte from the forehand. He comes over the top. Big bounce. Brought down, but not held on to by Cool Fitness, point 5. Pink shirt at post 7, Tennessee receives. Point 7. Receiving, post 6, Vowello. Wello from the forehand. Powerful right side by Tennessee. Wello's got it at the 11 line. Throws a long carom. Tennessee got to it, but could not reel it in. Point 6. Six on the board with 4 points, serving to the returning one post, Fred. Wello makes the catch. Here's Fred. Fred back to the inside. Wello missed it. Point 1. One is on the board with 2 points. Our next matchup has Fred serving to CRB in the purple at post 8. Nice. Backhand throw by CRB. Rebote forehand is up. It's a hard throw by CRB. Fred's got it at the 10 line. Low and inside. Got him. Point 1. One on the board with 4 points. Here's post 3. Assier. Good catch by Fred. Fred to the inside. Assier, tip ball at the 9 line, point 1. Straight points in the second round to a possible game point here for Fred. Trying to stop him. The blue at post 2, Juice. Fred, with nice second effort, try to make that ball at this point. Goes to the 2. Possible game point for the blue at post 2. Juice trying to stop him. Cool Fitness in the green at post 4. Powerful forehand throw, and what a catch by Juice. Point in game. Blue at post 2, Juice. 1 places, 6 shows. Unofficial order finish 2-1-6. Coming in first, post 2, Juice. Taking second, post 1, Fred. Coming in third, post 6, Wello. There are your prices from Game 4. Wow, look at all those alls. We'll explain them to you in just a second. Quinella 2-all, 340. Quinella 1-all, 240. So the Quinella, which is first and second in any order, came in 2-1 or 1-2. No one had that combination exact, so it pays off consolations with those numbers with all numbers. 2 with all numbers and 1 with all numbers. Trifecta, however, first, second, and third place finishing 216, returning 194 even. And if you have the exacta wagered, 2-all, $6.60, all won $6. So consolations in the exacta and the Quinella. Up next, Game 5, Spectacular. 7 doubles match. The second of our 3 doubles games in this matinee performance. Next game is played at 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. There is a scratch, Game 5, post 2. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Juice. Game 5, post 2. Scratch Diaz, replace Diaz with Juice.
All right, and I guess we might want to talk a little highlight here. I still have that hankering for a Pop-Tart, but I can't get one at least until the performance is over. So we got the second doubles game of the afternoon, but I believe the first doubles game of the day for Douglas paired up with Lamonte. Yes. So everyone who's been waiting... Post one, waiting with bated breath to see the human Douglas back in action. We'll see what we get. I follow along the chat, as I said, and we've got quite a group of people involved in the chat. Former players, professionals, amateurs, new fans. It's quite an eclectic group. Coming up the end of July, and we'll be talking about it more as we get closer, we're going to host here at our home fronton the U.S. National Jai-Alai Championships, which allows, as I'm sure the millennial is familiar with, the pros and the Joes to get on the same court and compete against as well as with each other. So this is going to be an amazing event. We've got professionals from Dania, Miami, Calder, and of course Magic City all signed up to compete. We've got former professionals that are going to be competing. We've got
professional greats.
Yes. We've got amateurs that are going to compete, singles and doubles. So, I see all of you out there in the chat and you're talking about this player and that player and how you could get on the court and beat this guy or beat that guy. Well, the last weekend of July.
Are entries still open, Scott?
Entries are closed, but there's a lot of amateurs that are playing in this. So, and we're going to be broadcasting it right here on the Jai-Alai Channel. It's going to be a lot of fun, but it's really going to be exciting to see. And, Stu can enlighten us a little more with some of these great former professionals that are going to be competing.
Realistically, we have one of the most exciting players, which for me is the player known as Daniel. Started off his career at Tampa Jai-Alai, finished off at Miami Jai-Alai. Easily regarded as the best American backcourter, and we'll say this, in the history of the sport. Yeah. I mean, overall the best. He's an extremely competitive, extremely professional. Retired out of Miami Jai-Alai 2005-ish, 2005, 2007, somewhere in there. Went on to a law enforcement career. He still practices on the West Coast at the outdoor court that they have out there, where Kubala comes from, actually.
Yeah.
And so he's signed up to play in the tournament. And Benny Bueno, of course, father of our own Chris Bueno, former, not just standout, but feature game champion player from Miami Jai-Alai, who's currently player manager up at Dania, which I sometimes call the Evil Empire, but that's just me. We like them. They're nice people, but it's a nice name for them.
Absolutely. No, I mean, and again, this is the U.S. National Jai-Alai Championship. So you have to be an American-born player to compete in this championship. There's $20,000 in prize money. It's taking place over 2 days. We have a full sign-up. We had to actually turn people away. It's the last weekend of July. It has been rescheduled twice due to the pandemic, but it's going to take place even if it's a socially distanced championship the last weekend of July. We're really looking forward to it. And again, it's going to be a lot of fun for some of you to actually see some of these players you've been talking about and to see the Calder guys, the Dania guys, the Miami guys, and the Magic City guys head-to-head in competition.
Absolutely. An important thing, you need to give yourself a little bit more credit here because, if I'm not mistaken, you put up, how much is the prize money? $20,000 in prize money, I believe, total, right?
As Paulie would say, 20,000 empanadas.
20,000 empanadas.
20,000 empanadas.
That's the first time in this type of tournament that's ever happened.
Now I'm hungry. Now that I'm in Miami now, I've moved to an empanada guy from a Pop-Tart guy. They're kind of similar, so that's why some hesitation with your question. We do have a video.
In my ear
Yes.
saying, yeah, enough with the Pop-Tarts. We got a video.
Yes, we do have a video, and this is a little. We created the documentary was made here about the whole process here, how we started at Magic City Jai-Alai. Got the man here who was behind the idea joining us in the booth. So here's the preview for award-winning Magic City Hustle.
Remind me of Hustle City, man. Everybody got more than one gig. I sell ice cream, rather sell a CD.
I have a security company, a beauty salon.
I've been doing music for a very long time.
I'm not your neighborhood Uber driver. I do luxury. And then I have another job. I play highlights.
We're looking to transition from dog racing to Jai-Alai. I went to the university. I said, listen, I have this crazy idea. Do you think we could send something out to all the ex-athletes for the last 20 years and say, we're looking to hire and train Jai-Alai players?
They paying us, man, and we can win big money.
Let me see what this is all about.
That's what you gotta do. Get some money.
The players taking the court are all athletes you may recognize.
Baseball, football, track and field.
If you're going to come into this sport, you got to be dedicated. You're going to be a piece of cake.
We knew going in, they're not going to be great the first day.
We'll be like the Jamaicans with the bobsled team. Game time now, man. This is going to be the first time that my kids will be able to sit in the audience and root for their father. Who wants it more?
This is a sacrifice I think is going to pay off in the end.
This is a dream for me.
I got to win.
Can't get drama better than this.
Jai-Alai became the new hustle.
Let's get ready to play.
And that was a preview to Magic City Hustle. There's a link on Magic City's website if you want to check it out. That'll take you to the website. You can purchase it $5, one-time buy. It's only a one-time buy, Stu, so if you make an account once, you have it for life. I bought it in September. I just went back the other day, and I saw I still had it. Didn't have to pay another $5. So a great watch if you have a couple extra minutes during this time and you're at home, which you may do. 0 minutes to game number 5. Let's begin some more Jai-Alai. Stu?
We are ready to begin game number 5, a spectacular 7 doubles match, played to 7 points, points double after the first round of play, second of our 3 doubles games in this afternoon's performance. Serving in the red shirts of post 1, we have Lamonte and Douglas. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Juice substitutes for Diaz in the front court, Anderluck's in the back. Juice picked the serve. Lamonte's there. Showed good control. Sends it back. Douglas on the forehand. Sends it back. Anderluck on the run. Anderluck at the 5 line. That was a great throw and a great catch. Looks like they're playing keep away out there. Point 1. 1 now serves to the white shirts of post 3, El Barba and Ben. Ball missed on the left side of Ben, point 1. Here are the green shirts of post 4, Bueno and Tennessee. Ball tipped, first time round, point 4. Black shirts of post 5 receive, CRB and Vuelo. To the overhead screen it goes, point 4. Yellow shirts of post 6. Asier and Kubala receive. Bueno makes the catch. There's the backhand. Caught by Kubala. Point 6. Our next matchup has Asier serving to the pink shirts of post 7, Cool Fitness, and Jedden. Ball missed off the serve. Point 6. Six has 2 points. Asier in this next matchup serves. Purple shirts post 8, Fred and Ikeda. Fred picks the serve, knocked it down. Point 6. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points. First to return, post 2, Juice and Anderluck. Anderluck from the forehand. He goes deep. Ball knocked down by Juice in the front court. Point 6. Possible game point for the yellow shirts of post 6, Asier and Kubala trying to stop them. Post 3, El Barba and Ben. Powerful backhand by Ben. Kubala, good rebote. Here's Ben. Point 3. Here's post 1, Lamonte and Douglas. Powerful reverse by Douglas. El Barba for the rebote. Scoop attempt tipped. Point 3. El Barba and Ben on the board with 4 points. Here are the black shirts at post 5, CRB and Vuelo. El Barba on the backhand. Nice and hard. El Barba again on the backhand. Reverse 2-all. Risky shot. And did not work. Point 5. Green shirts at post 4. Bueno and Tennessee receive. Ball missed in the backcourt, point 4. Our next matchup has Bueno serving to the pink shirts at post 7. Cool Fitness and Jedden. Point 4. Possible game point of the green shirts, post 4, Bueno and Tennessee. Trying to stop them, post 8, Fred and Ikeda. Tennessee from the forehand at the 12 line. Real hard throw, hit the top rail. That's the rail just above the glass on the front wall. Too high. Out of play, point 8. Play continues. Fred serves in the next matchup to the blue of post 2, Juice and Anderluck. Serve got away from him. Point 2. Yellow shirts of post 6 receive. Assier and Kubala. They return with possible game point. Kubala from the backhand. Hard to the inside. Anderluck with a hop. Makes the catch. Holds on to it. Here's Kubala. Kubala goes deep. Anderluck with a jump. Makes the catch behind the 13 line. Ball tipped in the backcourt. Point 2. Play continues. 2 on the board with 4 points. Serving to the returning 1 post. Lamonte and Douglas. Powerful throw by Douglas. Scoop attempt missed. Rabote to the overhead screen. Point 1. One has 4 points. They serve to the returning 3 post, El Barba and Ben. Catch by Douglas. Powerful forehand throw. Will score. Point 1. Possible game point, red shirts. Post 1. Lamonte and Douglas trying to stop them. Vuelo and CRB. What a catch by Douglas behind the 12 line. Hard backhand. Good effort by Vuelo to try to get that ball. Point and game. Red shirts at post 1. Lamonte and Douglas. No playoff there. 4 places, 6 shows. Unofficial order finish. 1, 4, 6.
It wasn't pretty, but it was a win for Douglas and Lamonte.
Yeah, we're just talking about, especially in fantasy, if you didn't take them day 1, they had a bad day, but, you see, throwing my pen there, is a perfect example. They can just turn things around in a hurry. They're down and out. I mean, Tennessee just threw one in almost into the scaffolding up there, and that was the difference, giving them a chance to get back on the court, and they just ran with it. You can see what they can do there, and it's really special when they get it going.
Yes, it is. And I'm told we have a video?
I think we have a new video. We'll get those.
Get the prices, and then
prices.
straight to the video.
That's how quick I was running to the video. Did you see that? I try to run right by the prices. Oh, but there's no all, so that's a good thing. $2 Quinello, 1-4. That's first and second in any order, so that's 1-4, 4-1, 29-20. The trifecta, 1-4-6. That's first, second, and third place finishing 238-60. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, game number 6. Spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. There is a scratch. Game 6, post 3. Scratch Diaz. Replace Diaz with Tennessee.
And Andrew, I know you're going to lead us into this video, but this is like the crack production team of all time. I mean, I think we mentioned this literally less than an hour ago, and it's here.
More videos. So yes, we've got we got a a highlight and pop culture. Pretty interesting videos for you all. So here it is, debuting on the Highlight Channel. Take a look.
Imagine the perfect mixture of athletics, spectacle, and speed. Highlight.
Let's design a Conan O'Brien or Conan superhero.
Sure.
Oven mitts. Maybe there's some steam coming off the mitts because I took a focaccia out of the oven. Oh, a highlight glove in the other one. That'd be great.
Have you ever played highlight?
Actually lacrosse, but it's highlight for white people.
I'm Johnny Nacho. This is Steve-O. This is highlight.
Highlight is like handball, only you fling the ball and catch the ball with this basket thing. It's more complicated than that. And dangerous. It's got the same fingerprint as baseball, only better. a special stadium called a fronton. And you can sit real close, which is a thrill because the ball goes 175 miles an hour.
I can serve this pelota almost 200 miles an hour. Big whoop, that little squishy. Jesus, is this made of limestone? It's a dangerous game, amigo.
It's called a cesta. It's made of reeds from the Pyrenees. And the ball is called a pelota.
A lightning ball.
Oh, good God.
And that was a video that Scott was talking about. We love that video. Played it all year last year, and glad that we debuted it for 2020, and hope to get a little more of it. And it's funny, Volo mentioned it when I was actually working on his player profile. Once you get into the world of Jai-Alai, the community comes a lot smaller. You know, once you're aware of it, you know, that's a good line that he used to. Yeah, you're nodding your head. And it's really true. I mean, you see all those references in pop culture, and you know, that kind of slip by. You never even think about Jai-Alai, and then you hear it here, and you're like, well, wait a minute, maybe I actually have heard this, and maybe it's more prevalent than, you know, I really do think.
I just saw one on Family Guy recently.
Yeah.
I just saw a Jai-Alai reference on Family Guy not that long ago.
I caught one on the last season of Modern Family.
Yeah. I mean, it's subtle things
there.
you hear about. Yeah.
I mean, listen, that's, you know, we can talk about that. I know that, I guess there was a question on the chat about wagering on the championship, the U.S. National Championship. No, there will be no wagering on the championship. It's a non-wagering event, but the guys are playing for pride and $20,000. Yes. So
exactly,
pretty exciting and a lot of fun, and going to be a good thing. But yeah, Jai-Alai, it was there. It was such a big thing, as Stu has alluded to and has been educating Andrew. It was a big deal. It was 8, 9, 10,000 people going to see Jai-Alai at Dania or Miami Jai-Alai. But you know what I want to just, I say caution people, but point out is that was then and this is now. And those of you that are listening or watching, whatever it may be, nobody wants to play Jai-Alai right now except for Magic City Jai-Alai. And I'm serious for 30 seconds here. Dania's going to start playing again in September. Calder's not going to play until next year. Miami is going to jam in 100 or so performances in December and January. Those places have to play Jai-Alai to keep slot machines. Magic City Jai-Alai, to make it very clear to everybody, doesn't have to play Jai-Alai for a casino here. We're playing Jai-Alai because we want to play Jai-Alai. And we appreciate all of you that have subscribed and all of you that are watching and commenting. The future of Jai-Alai, it's right here. It's been laid at Stu and Andrew's feet. So between the players on the court and JR coaching behind the scenes and the Stu and Andrew show, this is the future of Jai-Alai. It's a glass-walled court. It's a very, very fast game. It's played by athletes who know they don't have 20 or 30 years of experience, and they didn't grow up in the Basque region of Spain. But they want to save this game. So we hope that you're right along with us, and you're going to appreciate what we're doing, and we're going to make one hell of an attempt to make it entertaining and fun and exciting. And yes, you can bet on it. So enjoy it, because it's Jai-Alai 2020, and we hope it's going to go many, many years from here forward.
No, and to be honest, I've been part of both. I've been part of both worlds. I'm 51. My first memory of Jai-Alai was when I was 3 or 4 years old at Orbea's Amateur, when the sport could support 3 amateur facilities in South Florida. 3 for a short period of time. It was 2 for many years. Orbea's and North Miami Amateur. That was amateur facilities. Yeah. And yes, when you had 10 facilities in Florida, 3 in Connecticut, 1 in Rhode Island, 2 in Nevada, they were fantastic days, and no one's ever going to try to take anything away from that, especially myself. I earned my living as an adult in Jai-Alai, first announcing and then as an assistant GM at 4 pari-mutuel facilities that I actually managed. So I was there for it. It's done. It is, for all intents and purposes, done, except here. It is, and it was a tough learning, because Scott will tell you, it was a bit of a tough sell for me, because I didn't get it. I was like, I don't understand. But as I've seen it, more importantly, as I've seen guys that are willing to train, as I've been there on the court with them, using the training I had in the Miami Jai-Alai School and playing amateur for 30 years, whatever it was, as I've seen these guys dedicate time to it, I want to be invested with it. I want to give them the benefit of it all. And thank you, Scott. I'm glad we're doing it.
Well, I mean, there's no thank yous. I mean, we're committed to the sport because we think there's something very special about the sport of Jai-Alai. And as everybody knows, I mean, we're a minute or so away from the game. All these guys are former college or professional athletes, high level athletes. They just weren't Jai-Alai players.
Right.
Now they're becoming highlight players. Above all, they're athletes. And the only one who wasn't a college or professional is Douglas, who was in high school throwing a ball over 100 miles an hour from a pitcher's mound with a full scholarship to Vanderbilt, who then tore his labrum and decided he wants to be a highlight player. Enough said by me. I know it's game time.
Ready to begin game number 6. Highlight game 6. A 6th game of highlight.
Yes.
Which is what we're going to do. Serving in the red shirt of post 1, we have Anderluck. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Ben. Spectacular 7 scoring. This will close out today's pick 3. Anderluck serves. We begin game 6 with a blast of a serve. Anderluck from the forehand. Throws the carom. Ben reads it, stops it, returns it. Anderluck moves into position on the outside, throws a 2-wall. Ben's there. That scores at the sidewall. I don't know what anybody else could want out of highlight besides what they just saw. Excellent by both Ben and Anderluck. Point 2. White shirt at post 3. Tennessee receives. Ben. Robote save just above the pad. Point 2. Green shirt at post 4 receives. Here's Bueno. Good catch by Bueno. Ben on the rebote. It's a 2-all. Bueno's back at the 9 line. Returns it hard. Ben's got to move outside. He does. He gets it up to the wall. Here's Bueno from the forehand. Hard inside. Ben's back there. Nice backhand. Too low. Point 2. Excellent hustle by Ben. Thank God he runs because he's huffing and puffing right now. Black shirt at post 5. Ikeda receives. Ben moves up, makes a difficult catch, rifles the reverse. Ikeda's there. Ikeda goes deep. That rebote too high. 0.5. Well played by both players. Yellow shirt at post 6. Voello receives. Forehand rebote by Ikeda. Here's Voello with a drop ball, 0.5. That'll bring to the court the pink shirt at post 7. Here's number 12, Ron. Reverse by Ron. Catch by Ikeda. Ikeda goes deep. Rebote comes out. Rebote, we have a swing and a miss at the 4 line, 0.5. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt at post 8. This matchup has Ikeda serving to El Barba. Ikeda on the catch. Sidearm carom does open up. El Barba was there, could not bring in the catch, and he's laying down. .5. Ikeda has 4 points. Here's post 1. Anderluck. Powerful backhand by Anderluck. Stays inside perfectly. Drops into the crack. Not quite a chula, but not coming out either. .1. One on the board with 2 points, serving to post 3. Tennessee. Forehand rebote by Anderluck. Tennessee with the catch. Hard throw. Anderluck looks for the rebote. Plays it from the forehand. Gets it up to the front wall. Here's Tennessee at the 7 line. Harden inside and scoring. .3. Post 4 receives. Bueno. This matchup has Tennessee serving to Bueno. A reverse got away from Bueno. That hit the overhead screen. .3. Tennessee has 4 points. He's serving to post 2, the blue shirt. Ben. Ben comes strong from the forehand. Good catch by Tennessee. Ben from the 11 line. Hard to the inside he goes. Here's Tennessee again. Ben looks for the rebote. The rebound play off the back wall. Tennessee steps in at the 11 line. There's a rebote to the inside. Nicely played by Ben and a good catch by Tennessee. Tennessee going for rebote on the forehand. Yeah, Ben was scared too. .2. Possible game point for the blue shirt of post 2. Ben on the court trying to stop him. Post 6. Vuelo. Excellent serve by Ben, and it's going to win. That's point and game to the blue shirt of post 2. A well-earned game for Ben. Ben wins it 5 serves to 3. This is a playoff for second and third place. Tennessee with a powerful backhand. Ikeda's there. Ikeda goes deep. Taken in the air by Tennessee. Tennessee with a strong backhand. Rebote comes all the way out. Ikeda plays it nicely. Tennessee should have gone for that in the air, but he went for the rebote instead. Ikeda back against the wall. Outside placement. Will score. Point and place to post 5, Ikeda. Tennessee comes in third. Unofficial order finish. 2, 5, 3.
And, you know, guys, Ben always has to seems like he works hard for his wins, you know? It's like a blue collar.
Oh, there's no question about it.
Yeah.
There's no... And left-handed. And, you know, some guys... I won't go back to the brief 2 years I spent in medical school, but right side dominant versus left side dominant. With some people, it's far more of an issue than it is with others. And with Ben, it's a significant issue. He's very left-handed.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's been able to bring it over to the right side has been great. It looks a little wonky, but he makes it work for him, and he played so hard just now. So hard. It's always good to see a guy working that hard to get that win.
And it's amazing you wouldn't even tell. I mean, the couple of lefties, Anderluck, Diaz, Ben, I mean, none of those guys... CRB. I mean, none of those guys would maybe scream to you that they can't throw from the right side. Those are none of the worst guys.
Especially Anderluck. Anderluck has got a beautiful forehand.
Absolutely. And he goes outside just better than anyone. Yeah.
We have prices, even though we're thoroughly enjoying talking about the play that we saw in that game from the hardworking guys. The Quinella, 2-5. That's 2-5 or 5-2, 78.60. Trifecta, 2-5-3, 271.60. And the pick 3, 212. 3 numbers, returning 294.40. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, Game 7. We have 3 games left in today's performance. We also have a performance at 4 o'clock. But 3 games left in this performance. Up next, Spectacular 7 doubles match. The third and final doubles game in today's performance. There is a scratch. Game 7, post 1. Scratch Diaz replaced Diaz with Ausier. Game 7, post 1. Scratch Diaz replaced Diaz with Ausier. Post time is 8 minutes away.
And folks, we've been showing these top 10 the best plays from last season. We had the top 10 rebotes you've already seen. You've seen the top 10 two-walls. Well, we're going to run the two-walls back, and you're going to see it. Again, here's the top 10 two-walls of the 2019 season. Take a look.
Fred runs up, saves it. Reverse. That's an excellent two-wall rebote thrown by Cool Fitness. Diaz with the catch. Another two-wall scores for the win. Beautiful two-wall thrown by Douglas to
what
score.
A finisher.
Rebote thrown by Ben. Carballo's there, winds up another one. Costado, two-wall's gonna score. Scoop by Douglas. Costado by Douglas. 2-all will score for the win.
Snatched up Carballo. Played outside. That one hits Ben. That one will hit.
Wow.
And score.
By Jetton, stopped by Brackley. Brackley for the 3-wall play. Rebote's going to the outside. Jetton's there. Returns a 2-wall to score.
Rebote out, nice save. Anderluck out of the air, fires this one high off the back wall again. Another Rebote save going to the ground with one hand. That one will score.
Soft 2-wall. Fitness read it, caught it, returned it. 3-wall play coming way out. Juice is there.
Wow!
Juice got a 2-wall rebote that scored.
Oh, man.
Wow. offline. He threw a 2-all rebote.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
And again, those were the top 10 2-alls of the 2019
Top 10 2-alls is selected by a committee of one. Come on.
Committee of one.
Committee of one.
He did a good job, I thought, honestly.
Of course, and because you're the boss, I agree completely.
No, I saw him.
Yeah.
He was pouring over
You
2-alls and rebotes.
You put so much time into this. You
I mean,
try
look,
so hard.
You
It's
know,
obvious.
after you look at 600-700 2-alls, I'm sure they all start to look the same.
Oh my God.
You did an amazing job.
Thank
An
you,
amazing
Scott.
job.
Yeah,
you
the
guys,
That was
fantastic.
Thank you.
This whole fantasy thing, Andrew. I mean, you and
It's a lot of
Stu,
fun.
the odd couple of highlight. The old, the
odd
new,
couple.
the young.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Hey, maybe we should. How much would it cost to buy the rights and start off with that song?
That might be a trifle more than our budget.
I can
Maybe you playing it on the harmonica or something. Anyway, I'm leaving the rest of games 7, 8, and 9 to you guys, and of course the next upcoming performance. I have this insatiable desire to go grab a Pop-Tart, so I am out of here, guys. It's
And
been
an
a joy and a
empanada.
pleasure.
Thank you, Scott.
Why do I have a picture Scott walking away with the evil finger of doom going, the plans are in place?
Yeah, someone's-
Just like when he walks out of earshot.
He's got a Pop-Tart on his desk already. He's probably made some calls. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but he's got one ready. And the point Scott just brought up, the fantasy again. So just for the sake of keeping everything consistent, simplicity in the world of highlights, Stu, that's what we've been preaching. Just catch the ball. We want to keep it consistent with the fantasy as well. And because we had all of the stats uploaded for a full week of play for the first 3 weeks, we've decided for this first week, we were originally not going to have any prizes. It was just going to be a trial week, and we're going to do 3 days. Well, Scott here said he would be willing to give us a prize for this first week, so we are going to be we will add those statistics from yesterday, so you will get your player stats from yesterday, and those will be uploaded from yesterday's and through the matinee today. Those will be online after this performance, just to let everyone know that's playing. Game 7, Stu.
Awesome. Here we go with Game 7. Spectacular 7. Doubles match. Third and final doubles match in this matinee performance in advance of the 4 p.m. games. Serving in the red shirts post 1, we have Ossier and Anderluck. Ossier substituting for Diaz. Receiving the blue post 2, Lamonte and Douglas. Ossier serves. We begin Game 7. Douglas opens up with a powerful reverse. That scores. Almost a home run. Point 2. 2 first up on the board in our 7th game. That'll bring to the court the white shirts of post 3, Fred and Ikeda. Rebote forehand by Lamonte. Here's Ikeda with a hop. Douglas calls for it, catches it, rifles it back, and it scores crossing the wall right at the 7.5 line, point 2. Green shirts at post 4 receive. El Barba and Ben receive. Good catch by Douglas. Powerful reverse. Bote comes in low and hard. Douglas is there. Powerful throw to the inside. Ben turns to save the Rebote. That's exactly how you have to do it. Beautiful. Rebote's up again. El Barbon at that time. Douglas with a hop makes the catch. Hard to the inside. Rebote just missed. Well played by both teams. Point 2. Lamonte now serves to the black shirts of post 5. In our next matchup, we have Cool Fitness and Jedden. It's a good serve by Lamonte. Here's Jedden in the backcourt. Douglas, great catch at the 13 line. Hard throw. Jedden's there with a drop ball. Point 2. Our next matchup has Lamonte serving to the yellow shirts of post 6. Bueno in Tennessee. Douglas goes hard to the inside. Tennessee's there. Catch by Douglas. Point 2. Pink shirts at post 7. Juice and Carballo receive. Douglas moves up, makes the catch. There's the reverse. Juice on the run. Got his cest on it. Point 7. 2, rather. Straight points to a possible game point here for post 2. Lamonte and Douglas on the court trying to stop them. The purple at post 8. CRB and Vuelo. Vuelo with a drop ball at his point, and a perfect game with no other points on the board for the blue shirts of post 2, Lamonte and Douglas. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 will be playing off for second and third place. 1 first serves to 3. What a catch by Anderluck, reaching way overhead. Hacier with the catch. Reverse to the overhead screen. Point 3. Three serves to the green shirts of post 4, El Barba and Ben. Point 3. Possible place point for the 3 team. Fred and Ikeda trying to stop them. Post 5, the black shirts, Cool Fitness and Jedden. Ball tipped by Ikeda at the 11 line. Point 5. Here's post 6, Bueno in Tennessee. Jed makes the catch. Gets it off in time. Here's Tennessee from the forehand. Nice catch by Cool Fitness. Strong reverse by Cool Fitness. Tennessee's there. Outside placement. Point 6. Post 7, the pink shirts receive. Juice and Carballo. Rebote forehand by Carballo. Nice backhand throw by Carballo. Tennessee with a hard throw from the forehand. I don't... 0.6. Six on the board with 4 points. Here's post 8. CRB and Vuelo. Powerful throw by Vuelo. Rebote left side to the inside. Clip the side walls. CRB's there. Vuelo from the 11 line. Rebote coming out. Forehand Rebote by CRB. Karam off the court. 0.8. CRB serves in this next matchup in this playoff. Dossier and Anderluck. Great serve by CRB. CRB on the backhand. Nice and hard to the inside. Anderluck's there. Point one. Here's post 4, El Barba and Ben. Over serve, 0.4. For serving the returning 3 team, Fred and Ikeda, they take the court with possible place point. Excellent serve by El Barba. Nice backhand by Ikeda. El Barba's there. Ikeda sends it back. El Barba reaching in and makes a great catch. There's that reverse 2-wall again. 0.4. Possible place point for the 4-post, El Barba and Ben. Trying to stop them, Cool Fitness and Jed. Jen with the catch on the backhand. El Barba on the left side. 2-all by El Barba. Cool Fitness catches it, stops it, returns it. Ben switches from the left to the right to make the catch. Comes over the top. Jedden called for it, caught it. Great catch by Ben on the backhand. Keeps that backhand away from the overhead screen and scores. Beautifully played by Ben. Point and place to post 4. 6 serves to 3. This is show point. Side arm, Karam opens up and scores for Ikeda. Point and show, that's third place to post 3. Fred and Ikeda. Unofficial order finish 2-4-3. Coming in first, post 2, Lamonte and Douglas. Taking second, post 4, Barba and Ben. Coming in third, post 3, Fred and Ikeda. There are your 7th game prices. The $2 Quinella, 2-4, $24.60. The trifecta, that's first, second, and third place finishing 182 even. Boom goes the dynamite. The high five. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. 5 of 5 numbers returning $2,000. The most generous parimutuel payoff in all of parimutuels right here at Magic City Jai-Alai. The $2,000 high five guarantee. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. 5 of 5. $2,000. And congratulations to the lucky winner or brilliant handicapper, however you want to view that. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is game number 8, a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points, all points double after the first round of play. Game 8 will close out the mighty Ocho Jackpot. We have 2 games left in this afternoon's performance before we come back at 4 o'clock. There are no scratches in Game 8. Post time for Game 8. 7 minutes away.
And folks, while we have a moment now, we'd like to thank Scott for joining us in the booth. Always a good time when he comes around, adds his insight, always fun conversation. And while we have a couple moments now, let's update you on the standings. Both singles and doubles. Well, let's go to the doubles first. That last game, Game 7. Another win for the team of Douglas and Lamonti. That's what we're talking about with that fantasy. You know, obviously, they didn't have any wins yesterday, taking 2 games here today, so that team can turn it on in a hurry, which is why they are the highest value as part of those doubles teams. So Douglas and Lamonti on the week, 2 wins, 1 place, 1 show. I have a total of 15 fantasy points if you're playing that. The team of Kubala and Asier are actually leading that doubles race. Strong week for that team. Came out of the gates a little bit slow, but now 21 fantasy points this week for the team of Kubala and Asier. They have 3 wins and 2 places. 3 wins and 2 places in their 8 appearances this week. A very solid week for that team. And then also 2 wins, the team of Tennessee and Bueno. Tennessee and Bueno, a $4 value if you're playing that fantasy. Particularly strong team on the season now, Tennessee and Bueno. They've got 6 wins, tied for second with Kubala and Asier. So at 5 places and 6 more shows to go along with those stats for Tennessee and Bueno. So you got a pretty tightly packed bunch atop those standings there. Outside of Douglas and Lamonti, they're ways ahead there for that first place rank, but looks like maybe more of a race for second, but still a lot of games left in this double season. This one will go through the end of June. I believe the date is June 27th is the final date of this first doubles tournament, and we're going to have 3 separate tournaments throughout the season, and the players will switch their partners for those second and third tournaments. So takes us down to 0 minutes on the clock. We have a moment here, a couple extra moments while we're waiting for this game to begin. Oh, sorry about that, folks. Yeah, that says 0 minutes to Game 7. We are not on Game 7. We're on Game 8. Yes, it's Game 8. Bear with us a moment and we will begin this game momentarily. And going back to those standings, so those were the double standings. Again, to recap, Douglas and Lamonti, they are 6 lengths ahead of the next closest team. They have 12 wins, followed by Kubala and Asier with 6, and Bueno and Tennessee also with 6. So a nice jump for the team of Kubala and Asier. 3 wins on the week. They have flown up that leaderboard now in a tie for second. And back to those championship singles standings. Total, you'll see some of these top players in the standings now in these feature singles games. The later games in our program are going to feature the better players, and that'll be something that you will see throughout the season. And the guy at the top of the standings right now in the singles race, and singles alone, is Douglas. He's got 15 wins to go along with 5 places and 3 shows. And then Anderluck and Ikeda are tied for second. Anderluck, 13 wins, 9 places, and 13 shows. Wow. A lot of points there. Anderluck just 1 point behind Ikeda. Ikeda actually the overall fantasy point leader on the year. He has 121 points compared to Anderluck's 120, and that is total fantasy points on the season. Ikeda, 13 wins, 12 places, 8 shows to go along with 4 quad finishes for him. So a lot of those guys up at the top, all 3 of them happen to be roommates. The Davy 3, they live out in Davy, and they all live together. So sharing that top of the standings, Douglas 15, Anderluck 13, Ikeda at 13. A lot of games left in the championship singles. There are no separate tournaments for those championship singles. That will just be tallied throughout the course of the season, and our season runs through the end of November. So November 30th, so they got all the way up until pretty much December. Long way away now to get as many singles wins as they can.
You tired of talking?
Now, yeah, I can go with
I'm
these.
pouring a cocktail. Yes, I've had enough. Time to start drinking at 2:04 in the afternoon.
Yes, caffeine, of course.
Yeah, it's just
Coca-Cola,
a Coke, but
yeah.
one can wish.
We were talking about how it's interesting. I mean, Douglas, Anderluck, Ikeda. I said the Davy 3. Yeah, they all live out in Davy. They're all roommates. So maybe a new name for those 3. The 3-headed monster we called them before. I don't like that. It's kind of a bad connotation with that. I like the Davy 3.
The Davy 3 is
a little
definitely
more.
better than the 3-headed monster.
Yeah, it's a little weird. But
well, I don't know. When they're all throwing particularly hard, I mean, Douglas and Anderluck. There's absolutely no question that as far as pumping the ball, my God.
These guys can all do it. And in the fantasy race, we're talking about this. Ikeda is 1 point up on Anderluck, 121 to 120. And that's wins, places, shows, and quads, total points across the whole season.
But now, more importantly, you've never seen the original Willy Wonka. Seriously.
No.
I mean, even in the chat, they were ramping on you.
We've seen some comments. That was the funniest one, maybe of all time.
It's a statement.
I mean, that was great. Yeah.
Andrew, I'm not your boss.
No. Well, maybe.
No. Not even close. I'm not your boss. But if I were, I would pay you.
It's a homework assignment?
I would pay you as a homework assignment to watch the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Now, some people say the beginning with all the singing, not so much.
Yeah.
But once they go into the Chocolate Factory, pure magic
Game
after
over.
that. Absolutely. Pure magic after that.
I don't know. I've been getting a lot of slack. I get texts from people say, I can't believe Gene Wilder. I don't know.
Oh, the character's brilliant.
I mean, the thing is, I watch movies, but my recall with movies isn't great. Like, I'm very good with faces and putting, names to faces, but if you say Gene Wilder, I'm thinking, if I see the picture, I'm like, oh, okay, I know that guy. And I don't want to make it seem, I don't just say that to appease you,
No.
but I actually do. I actually may or may not.
Actually, but
yeah, I mean, it just kind of, there's so many actors, it blends in and all that, but
and people know that time seems to have stood still here, and you're right. If you were looking up at the Tote board, and your TV set, Tote was reset, and so we lost about 3 minutes there, but you can never start a game. Basically, if you see that where it says minutes to game, says 5 minutes, and all of a sudden it goes from 5 to 0, something happened. So in this case, something happened, but it was very easily reset. We have 2 minutes to go till we begin Game 8. That gave me a little bit more time to get a cocktail. And I just kind of left Andrew here with the microphone, and
we just ramble with the stats.
But then I thought back to when Scott was here. I mean, it's like, we don't think less of you, of course. We realize that, I grew up in the dark ages.
No.
But no, Willy Wonka is mandatory. Willy Wonka, The Godfather, there's certain things. Oh, yeah, Silence of the Lambs. There's certain things.
I haven't. Is that bad? I was going to say The Godfather also. I've seen.
So if I start making Godfather references, you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't be picking up what you're throwing down at all.
My God.
Yeah, it's as bad. I mean, the whole millennial thing is really.
I have a lot of respect. I
do
have a lot of respect for millennials. They're fun to. Every generation is kind of fun to. With people saying, "Okay, boomer." I personally think that's kind of stupid myself.
Right.
But. No, some people get and millennials kind of get a bad rap. But.
Yeah, no, they do. But you gotta take it and run. You gotta understand that can't let the people's opinions get to you, and that's we understand that in the world of highlight. No one knows that better. You're in this sport. These guys hear it. You got guys yelling overserve, underserve, all different types of words. It's a difficult sport. It's one that if you don't have thick skin, you probably don't want to get in.
Every position. Yeah. In announcing and this commentating.
Even this, you think you're safe. No,
of course
you're not.
Please. Why are you doing it that way? Do it another way. We're ready to begin game number 8. A spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Serving the red shirt at post 1 is Anderluck. Receiving the blue post 2, Carballo. Anderluck serves with a blast of a serve. What a serve. What a great catch by Carballo. A beautiful rebote by Anderluck. Carballo choosing the rebote. Makes the save. Oh, had to go for that in the air. No. Point 2. Post 3 receives. Jedden. Dropped off the serve. Point 2. Green shirt at post 4 receives. Our next matchup has Carballo serving to Run. Low, hard reverse taken in the air by Carballo. Karen by Carballo scores. Point 2. Carballo now serves to the black shirt at post 5. Here's number 13, Douglas. Swing and a miss on the rebote. Point 5. Here's the yellow shirt at post 6. Receiving number 23, Ikeda. Rebote back to the inside. Catch by Douglas. Hard throw from the backhand. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Douglas from the backhand. Low and hard to the inside. Ikeda, forehand rebote. Catch by Douglas. Douglas winds up, looked like a 2-all, put it back inside with a little bit of bounce, and it scores off the rebote. Point 5. On the court, ready to receive in the pink shirt at post 7, number 25, Kubala. Rebote by Kubala. Point 5. Here now to complete the first round and receive in the purple shirt of post 8, El Barba. Reverse 2-all, not working. Tejada, working. Point 5. Five has 4 points. Here's post 1. Anderluck. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. Beautiful throw by Anderluck to the inside. Forehand rebote by Anderluck. Douglas on the run. Catches it. Does not overthrow it. Important. Here's the backhand by Anderluck. Good catch by Douglas. Hard throw. Beautiful forehand rebote by Anderluck. Douglas is there. Douglas goes hard to the inside, and what a catch by Anderluck. The hard throw's not going to work every time. There we go. Nice throw by Douglas. Here's Anderluck again. Beautiful rebote to the inside. Anderluck cuts it off. Rather, Douglas cuts it off in the air. Anderluck, forehand rebote. Douglas is there. Hard to the inside. Anderluck's there. Anderluck to the inside. Rebote. Point 5. Beautifully played point by both Anderluck and Douglas. Douglas takes straight points to a possible game point here for Douglas. Trying to stop him, post 3. Jedden. Scoop by Douglas.
Wow.
Return scores. Point. Perfect game. Black shirt at post 5. Douglas. 5 wins it. 2 places. 4, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 3. Pair off and play off for third place. 4 first serves to 6. Ikeda on the backhand. Here's Ron. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Ron. Hard throw. Hit the overhead screen. Out of play. Point 6. 7 now serves to 8. Backhand by El Barba, taken in the air by Kubala. El Barba with the catch. Point 7. 1 now serves to 3. The winner of this point meets 6 and 7 in the continuing playoff for show. What a serve by Anderluck. What a good catch by Jedden. Catch by Anderluck. Hard throw to the inside. Jedden for the rebote. Jedden makes a beautiful rebote. Anderluck with a 2-wall that lands in. Jedden stops it. Jedden with the 3-wall play. Anderluck, he got him. Wow. His back was already bothering him. That can't help.
Give a quick thumbs up.
Point 3. Six, 7, and 3 playoff for show. 6 first serves to 7. Rebote forehand by Kubala. Here's Ikeda. Kubala on the catch. There's the backhand. Point 7. Seven has 4 points, receiving. Post 3, Jedden. Strong backhand by Jedden. Rebote comes to the inside. Beautiful throw by Kubala. Here's Jedden. Drop ball. Point and a third place finish for Kubala. Unofficial order of finish 5, 2, 7. Your prices will be up in a moment. Results from our 8th game are official. Coming in first, post 5. Douglas, he had a perfect game. Taking second, post 2. Carballo. Coming in third, post 7. Kubala. 5-2-7, the official order finish for game number 8. Well, that was a good game. There was some absolutely brilliant play. Of course, Douglas had to work hard. He worked very hard. He had a perfect game. But that point with Anderluck was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, they get in some, him, Kubala, Karbaya, Ikeda too, all these guys. When they get in a good rally, it's certainly different to watch, and you can feel it, and you love to see those long rallies, and hopefully they can keep that momentum up in Game 9. A lot of the same players coming in that one as well.
Here are our prices from Game 8. The Quinella, everybody was over that one. 2-5. That's 2-5 or 5-2, $10.40. There's a Mighty Ocho for you. 151, 21, 225. 5 of 8 numbers returning $22. The trifecta, 527 202 60. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our 9th and final game of the matinee performance of the 12 p.m. performance. Next game is played to 9 points. Points double after the first round of play. There are no scratches in our 9th game. Post time, just about 7 minutes away. If I'm not mistaken, we have a video talking about
Spectacular 9 scoring. It'll be a little different. A little different for this game. This video will explain it. Take a look.
Away we go.
Spectacular 9 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 9 points wins the game.
And that was a little video explaining Spectacular 9 scoring. There'll be just a couple subtle difference here in this final game. We'll just be playing up to 9 points. Points still doubling after all those matchups in the first round. And we do have the Superfecta wager. You notice in the pools there, the Superfecta available only in this 9th game. So if you want to play it, now's going to be your only chance to do so.
And so let's take a look at this lineup for Game 9. Ikeda is coming out of post 1. Carballo out of post 2. Ben in post 3. Kubala post 4. Douglas post 5. So Douglas has got the more difficult post out of the post positions. In post 5. Bueno in post 6. Anderluck in post 7. Ron in post 8. Now, Anderluck was very much on his game. That last game, he worked really hard. Came away not in the top 3. So the question I kind of have is, well, I think I may have just answered that because we just saw him throw a reverse from wall to wall from the 9 line. In other words, is he out of gas?
Yeah.
Is he out of gas? It doesn't necessarily look like that. There's no way to overstate the mental part of this game, or obviously any game.
Yeah.
But what's very unique to sports psychology is that it exists across the board in all of sports.
Right.
However, it's specific to each individual in each individual sport because each individual sport brings with it very specific pressures. Here, Yes, you want to be on top of the numbers. Yes, you want to save face. You may be looking at your statistics where you want to put certain wins or a place or a third just to make sure that you're consistently in the statistics. Or, you have your weekly salary here, but also you get paid $100 for every win, $50 for every second, $25 for every third. So if you're leaving a performance where you haven't won any money, that weighs on some people's minds
absolutely.
too. That, when you're talking about a game of inches between throws that can't hit the line, because if it touches the line is out. Game of inches as far as the amount of space you have in the cesta to catch the ball with a margin of error of a half inch on either side. There's so many different variables going on.
Yeah, exactly. And like you're saying, I mean, the numbers are really in the stats here for some guys. Like you take a guy like Carballo, for example, playing out of the 2-post in this game. He's not winning at a rate that would kind of jump off the page of you actually checking out the numbers here. Carballo only has 4 wins on the year, so he's way back in that overall race for the championship singles. But if you go to his places, I mean, he's got 8 place finishes, meaning he's come in second 8 of the games, and he's playing in singles games, only games that Douglas and Kubala are also playing in. So every game that he's competing in singles, he doesn't have any, easy games. He's not playing the middle games. He's not playing in some of those earlier games. He's playing against the top competition, and you see that he's placing a lot. And obviously we know that Douglas is winning. So, you see a guy like Carballo, especially if you're betting, an interesting person to maybe parlay with a guy like Douglas, someone that's getting there right on the cusp, but is maybe not winning. And, Carballo last season, we talked about it, kind of came out of the gate slow and then won about 20 or so games in one of the first few weeks. I think it was maybe week 3. So, a guy that can certainly turn it on, but in this part of the season, just not really closing. And that's another big part of the mental games too, is closing these games out. And when you don't get wins for a while, you start to see a lot of places and shows, and you want to convert those into wins for a variety of reasons. And the monetary incentives here, Magic City, certainly a big factor in that.
Definitely. And ready to begin the Superfecta game, the 9-point game, game number 9. A spectacular 9 Superfecta match. This game is played in 9. That's 9 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt of post 1, we have Ikeda. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Carballo. Ikeda serves. We begin game 9. Powerful backhand throw by Carballo. Ikeda winds up, sends the rebote back. Carballo takes it on the forehand. It's a beautiful throw by Carballo and an even better catch by Ikeda. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Here's Carballo. Carballo from the left side. Clipped the sidewall. Ikeda's got it. Sidearm carom by Ikeda, scores. Point 1. Ikeda now serves to the white shirt of post 3. Here's number 7, Ben. Ben with a great catch behind the 13 line. Beautiful backhand throw by Ben. What a pickup by Ben on the backhands. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Here's Ben at the 10 line. Carom by Ben. Ikeda makes the catch. Gets it off in time. Ben from the 9 line. Hard to the inside he goes. Rebote left side by Ikeda. Here's Ben from the 11 line. Ben throws a carom. It does not cut. Ikeda's got it. Scoop by Ben. Spectacular catch. Forehand rebote by Ikeda. Ben blasts the backhand. Ikeda, forehand rebote. Ben's there with a tip ball. What a well-played point by Ikeda and Ben. Point 1. Post 4, the green shirt receives. Here's Kubala. Kubala comes strong from the left side. Rebote, the rebound play to the inside. Catch by Kubala. Ikeda from the forehand, over the top. Pick up by Kubala. He sends it deep. Robote forehand to the outside and out of play. Point 4. Our next matchup has Kubala serving to the black shirt of post 5. Here's Douglas. Underserve. Point 5. Yellow shirt at post 6 receives. Bueno. Forehand Robote by Bueno. Here's Douglas. Strong backhand. Taken in the air. Douglas sends the ball back to the Robote. Bueno. Nice throw. Douglas is there. Douglas goes deep. Robote comes to the 7 line. Catch by Douglas. Swing and a miss on the Robote. Point 5. That'll bring to the court the pink shirt at post 7, number 1, Anderluck. Powerful backhand by Anderluck. Robote left side. Clipped the sidewall. Anderluck's got it. Low and hard to the inside. Douglas has it on the forehand. Cortada. Stopped by Anderluck and a great catch. Equally good catch by Douglas. Douglas goes deep. Hard to the inside. It scores. Point 5. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt at post 8, Ron. Chula scores point 8. That completes the first round of play, and all matchups are now worth 2 points. First to return, Carballo. Robote forehand by Ron. Catch by Carballo. Karen by Carballo scores. Point 2. Receiving, post 3, the white shirt, Ben. Powerful backhand by Ben. Stays away from the overhead screen. Beautiful Robote by Carballo. Ben missed the Robote at the 9 line. Point 2. 2 has 4 points. Here's post 1. Ikeda receives in the red shirt. Great catch by Ikeda. Nice backhand. Chula scores. Don't see that every day.
We got 2.
That. Point 1. One on the board with 4 points, serving to post 4. Here's Kubala. Big backhand by Kubala. Robote forehand by Ikeda. Kubala makes the catch. Great catch by Ikeda. He moved up perfectly on that ball. Went forward. That's what you do. Point 1. Ikeda has 6 points, but remember, 9 points are needed to win a Superfecta game. Receiving, post 6, the yellow shirt, Bueno. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Catch by Bueno. He winds up. There's the 2-all. Off the court. Point 1. Possible game point for the red shirt of post 1, Ikeda. Trying to stop him. Post 6, Bueno. Catch by Ikeda. There's the backhand. Hard. Rebote to the 6 line. Catch by Ikeda. Low and hard. Great catch by Anderluck. Forehand rebote by Ikeda. Scoop attempt missed. Point and game for the red shirt of post 1, Ikeda. 1 wins it. 2 places of 5 shows. 8 serves to 4. This is for 3rd place. 4th place. Good catch by Ron. There's the backhand. Scoop. Missed. Point and a 4th place finish to post 4, Kubala. Unofficial order finish 1-2, 5-4. Your prices will be up in just a moment. Results are official. Coming in first, post 1, Ikeda with a perfect second round effort. Taking second, post 2, Carballo. Coming in third, post 5, Douglas taking the quad, post 4, Kubala. 1-2, 5-4, the official order finish for Game 9.
And Stu, before that game, I was talking about Carballo's statistics on the week. Going into that game, he had 4 places in 1 show, so he was a total of 5 for 5 in the money this week, and just added another place, second place finish, in that final game. So, I mean, there's a guy right there. I mean, if you're looking for someone in the afternoon or maybe later this week to pull through and start to get some wins, I mean, he is head and shoulders above everyone else in terms of places this week. He's got 5. The next closest has 2. Not a great sign when you're placing as opposed to winning, but obviously not bad either. He's getting points and getting fantasy points for all the owners out there. Certainly is a $3 value for Carballo, getting your values worth there as the prices roll green.
These are the prices for the 9th game. The 10-cent Super 1254, $86.41. Quinella, 1-2. That's 1-2 or 2-1. First and second in any order, $20.40. Trifecta, 125, 128 even. Very well played game, and the thing that really comes out of that last game, as we saw, is that perfect games are hard to come by. Lots of things have to come together, but that's a perfect example of why the lower post positions are easier to win with with points doubling out of the first round of play. If you don't run it out straight, out of the 5, the
Right.
6, or the 7, you're not necessarily going to chance to come up again. And even that in a 9-point game, and that was a perfect example of it. Had Douglas come back around, could he have finished? Not sure. But Katie came back in the second round, ran it out straight, did exactly what he needed to do.
Yeah, and statistically, I mean, what you're talking about there with the post positions, I mean, all those stats, Steve Martin at the website, Say Highlight, all that stuff is up there, really interesting. And post positions do very much matter, and that's a big factor in the betting. I mean, how do you weigh a guy like Douglas in one of the later post positions, and as opposed to a guy like Carballo or Ikeda closer to the top? And that's all the fun in that. So we hope you enjoyed the performance. Much better play to finish it out, Stu. Definitely a lot of inspired play. Last doubles game and those last 2 singles games. So hopefully it carries over.
No question about it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for this Friday matinee performance of Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on YouTube's Jai-Alai Channel. We're glad that you chose to join us this afternoon and invite you to join us again at 4 p.m. when we'll play 9 more action-packed games in the late afternoon. We sure hope you enjoyed today's Jai-Alai action at Magic City. Please like and subscribe to the Jai-Alai channel and let us know your thoughts and any questions you might have in the live chat during the games. On behalf of the players, staff, and management of Magic City Jai-Alai, we thank you for joining us today and hope to see you again in about an hour and a half, 4 p.m. Goodbye till we can see you back here at Jai-Alai.